Hello friends, and welcome to another edition of Promote Your Goimagine Shop. So today we're going to talk about Pinterest. By the way, I'm Randy with We Crafty Creations. If you haven't joined me before, check out my other videos about Goimagine, and there's some about Etsy and some other things as well, but all about helping you with your handmade business. So today we're talking about Pinterest for Goimagine. We are doing a series right now on how to promote your Goimagine shop, and it's a little different in my opinion than how you normally promote your Etsy shop. And the biggest difference is that Goimagine is a tight-knit community full of sellers who want to support each other, and they have a lot of people who are specifically looking to buy something on Goimagine for the cause and not just finding Goimagine by accident. So that's one thing to keep in mind when it comes to selling on Goimagine versus selling on Etsy or Amazon Handmade or somewhere else. So today we're looking at Pinterest, and just wanted to go over some very basic things about Pinterest. If you haven't done it, it's very easy, but it seems kind of daunting. It seems different. The thing to keep in mind is you just have to create a Pinterest account. It's really easy. I suggest creating a business account because then you can get analytics to see which of your pins are doing better, and you can get more information that way. And basically, I'm just on a search for Halloween decor on Pinterest right now, just to give you an idea of what kinds of things might pop up. And Pinterest does specialize they specialize your page for you, so it depends on what you've looked at before and what you've shown interest in before, and that's what it shows you, which pretty much all different platforms are doing that these days. Pinterest is interesting because people think of it as a social media platform, although it's not as much social as it is a place to get ideas, a place to plan certain events and things. People do it use Pinterest a lot for weddings, for big parties, for just home decor ideas to put together a look, that kind of thing. And they use it a lot to just get ideas and go through, and they'll make themselves a board, and they can make it private to where nobody can even see it, but they'll put a bunch of stuff on there and then just look at it all together and kind of see how it goes together, and kind of almost make a wish list of what they would like to have for a certain look in their home. Let's say they're buying a new home, or they're having a baby and they want to put together a nursery, or they're having a baby shower and they want to put together all the decor for that, or like I said, weddings and things like that are extremely common on here. So I just put in Halloween decor just to give you guys some ideas here of what pops up. You can see there's some ads in here. You can see there's some videos in here. Videos are really popular. Well, now the videos aren't playing. Oh, there's one that's playing. There were more that were playing before, but you'll see that, and then you'll also notice that a lot of the pins are tall, or long, however you want to look at that. And if we go over to Canva and we search, or we go to make a new type of image, and we put in Pinterest, the size that you really want is this third one down, 1080 by 1920. And when you click on this, you can see it's a long image here. It fills up this entire screen basically. So as you can see on my Pinterest, here's some of the most recent ones that I did. It's super long. This one's really long, but most of them are normal length. User not found. That's strange. So you can make a square post. It doesn't kick you out or not show your item, but you're not taking up as much real estate if someone was just searching and they see this one right here, this little promoted thing for Walmart, versus this one to the right that's almost twice as long. The longer one is taking up more space on the screen, and so it's more likely to catch someone's eye. And videos, of course, are likely to catch someone's eye, and they show a couple of videos in every little page. So, it's a good idea to get some videos in there if you can. And videos are pretty easy to make. There's lots of ideas on here. What I suggest you do is just look and see what people are doing in your niche for products that are similar to yours, and then try to figure out what's most popular there and do things like that. Don't copy people, but, try to do things that are similar to what they're doing, and experiment. Try it out and see which ones get the most saves and the most, everything, and then go from there. So basically, when someone looks at one of your pins, let's say we were interested in this pin right here, when we get on here, we can save it. And when we hit save, it asks us, where do we want to put this pin on a board? So if you don't have any, you need to create some boards first, or you need to join some group boards. But I'll just stick this on the Halloween board right now, and then it'll tell me that was saved. And then it also gives me an option to follow the person who created this pin. So that's nice. It says it here too, but it also popped up and did that. And then there's also this heart button down here. So you can put a heart, and then there's also a place to add comments. And I think it depends on what type of pin it is, if it'll let you do all of that. I'm not sure if they all do comments. Let's just look for, a lot of these are promoted on this particular page. Let's just try to look for a slightly different search and see if we can find something else. Trying to find something where somebody's actually selling a product, like probably this little candle.
I made some Halloween candles for my wife. Do you think she'll like them?
I don't like it talking to us. I didn't think about that. Sorry. All right, so this right here clearly looks like something that's for sale, right? So we can follow them, we can save it, we can heart, we can comment, we can do everything. So maybe we can do that for all of them now. I don't know. For some reason I thought that you couldn't do that on all of them, but yeah. So that's basically how that works. And then you want to join some Goimagine boards. And on Facebook, they actually have in the group, they have some posts about this. This one's 3 years old, but if you click here, if you find this, there's a place right here to go and look at this board right here, and then you can request join this board, and that would pop up right in the right hand corner somewhere. I already requested to join, and I think I might have already been accepted. So I'm already part of this board now, and so I can actually, that's why it's letting me organize. You want to be careful with the boards and make sure you follow their rules. They do have rules sometimes. You don't want to get kicked off of a board or irritate anybody, but you want to check and read all the fine print everywhere that you can, and even look back at this post and make sure that she didn't say, make sure you do this, that, or the other. But there's several of them out there. I searched Pinterest in the Goimagine Official Makers group, looking for the different group boards that you can join, and I struggled to find them all, but they're out there. Let's see, here's another one talking about Pinterest, and this might not be the group where all that information is. It might be in this other Goimagine group. I have a lot of groups. Goimagine Seller Showcase. It might be somewhere within this group. Pinterest. Here's another one. I just created a board on Pinterest for Goimagine items and sellers. If you follow the board, I'll add you. And I'm already on this one. So basically, once you're part of a board, then you can post to that board. You can put your own Pinterest pin on that board, or you can also discover a Goimagine listing somewhere else, and you can share it to that board. So I can discover let's say this one right here, and I decide I wanted to share this somewhere else, then I can hit save, and it'll give me an option of boards that I could add it to. And if I scroll down, there's one for Goimagine right there. Here's some others right here, support handmade. Unfortunately, it doesn't show you all the details about that board, so you have to know what your boards are to know that that is okay for Goimagine. Let's see. Yeah, I can't be 100% sure, but I'm just going to click this support handmade because for some reason I just remember that one. It seems familiar. Yeah, it's called support-handmade-goimagine.com. So I just shared that to that board. And so if I go into my Pinterest, I can go to my saved. It's weird, it's not showing anything in there now. In the world. There we go. So these are my created pins that I actually created. And then if I hit saved, then it shows me all the pins that I've saved. And then it shows me all these boards that I've recently contributed to. And so there's this one that's support handmade Goimagine. And there's this one here that's called Artisans for Goimagine. And then there's at least 3 or 4 of them that I'm in, and there's probably more that I have missed. But I made my own boards. I made one just called We Crafty Creations that I put pins into, and that's just only my products. And then I also made some boards that are a little bit different than any of that. I think this one that says group board right here. No, I don't think so. That one might not be Goimagine. Here's another one that just says Goimagine, and then yeah, there's several of them the farther I get down right here. So anyways, I also will make a board like kitchen decor, and that's my board that I made, but I will share things from different folks' boards in here, but I will also share some of my products. So I've got my chicken magnet pin that I made however long ago right there, but then I've also got these wooden items from somebody else that are showing up in here. So I've allowed people to post their kitchen decor in here as well. And I'll be honest, I haven't been up and up on this, so there's not enough items in here in certain categories and stuff, and there's not enough of my products in here. But generally, the rule of thumb is that you should post somebody else's pin at least 2 times for every 1 time that you post one of your pins. But it's really up to you. Everybody kind of has a different rule of thumb for that too, to be honest. But yeah, you just want your pins to be eye-catching. You just want to make sure the images really catches people's eye. And then, you want a nice description that has some good keywords in there. Some people put hashtags, some people don't. It's not as big of a deal anymore, but you can put some hashtags in there if you want. And then you put the listing link, and then that way if someone comes here and they like these, they hit visit, it's going to take them somewhere. So this one's taking them to Etsy, and it's taking them to specifically my magnets in Etsy. So, you can have it take them somewhere specific. And then you can see here I've got some stats that I got 19 impressions on this and 2 pin clicks. I haven't spent a lot of time on Pinterest, but anyways, just make sure that whatever you do, you follow the rules of the board so you don't get kicked out. You want to make sure you don't accidentally put an Etsy listing on a Goimagine board, because that's really tacky. And you just want to try to experiment with what is going to work best for your shop. Are the images going to work best? Collages, videos, and make sure you take up some real estate. Don't just use a square post. Use something that's at least a little bit longer than that. And the thing is that you can't expect results super duper fast. Pinterest is kind of a long game, so you have to just keep consistently posting there, and you want to try to get in at least a couple a week if you can, and the more the better, of course, but you can only do so many. And then you have to give it a chance to really simmer in there, because the thing is that the Pinterest pins don't go away, and they don't show in order of the newest ones first all the time. They show depending on what kinds of things the person who's searching will likely be interested in. And that's a big part of what they how they decide what to show to who is just based on their previous searches and their previous, what the things they clicked and the things that they liked and all of that. So, you got to keep that in mind. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If anybody has any questions about Pinterest, feel free to ask. I will admit I'm not a huge expert on Pinterest. It's not something that, I know everything about. I created a Pinterest account at least a few years ago. I assume it says somewhere. Maybe it doesn't, but it's been a while. I have 1,000 or 294 followers and 360 average monthly views or whatever. So it's not, I don't have some huge Pinterest account, but the most important thing is just, catching people's eye and continuing to make those pins and, pin them in different places and pin other people's items too, and be interactive with it. And the more that you repin other folks' things, the more that you're active on there, especially on the groups. If you're on a group board with other Goimagine sellers, you keep repinning their stuff, they're going to see that, and then they're going to do the same back for you, and maybe not all of them, but some of them will. And so it's totally worth it. It's really easy. I've repinned things here and it was just super fast. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to put the text and you don't have to put the link in, because you're just repinning what they already did to a different board. So that's basically how Pinterest works in a nutshell. So make sure that you check that out and let me know if you have any questions. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful or interesting in any way. It does help the algorithm show this to more people when they're searching for things. I have seen a lot of folks that are kind of down in the dumps on, not getting enough views, not getting enough sales, but when asked, they kind of haven't really tried much. So you have to keep trying. You have to try different things. You have to experiment. You can't give up on something right after you start trying it, because that's just not going to work out, in the long run. You have to put in a little more time. And I would say like at least a month for Pinterest. You have to consistently post at least a couple times a week for a month before you're, even gonna notice much of anything activity wise. And if you are one of the lucky ones that, doesn't have to wait that long and you start getting a lot of activity right away, that's awesome, good. So keep going. So that's all I have for today. Hope everybody is enjoying their week, and we'll be back soon.